Hello, this is Transformers fan G138 with yet another video review. It's my third one today, so, this time I'll be reviewing the Transformers BotCon 2010 Troop Builder Pack Sharkticons. As well as, because he's the same mold, I thought I'd just throw in the BotCon 2010 Skybite figure from the set. I might review the other ones at some point, but I haven't decided yet. So, let's talk about the vehicle form, or the shark form. It's a very interesting combination, actually. It's, it's supposed to resemble a shark, like this is the mouth, the eyes, the fins. But at the same time, it's also supposed to represent like a Cybertronian type ship. It's actually designed from the Transformers Armada trilogy, the Unicron trilogy. It's actually it's from Transformers Energon. I stopped collecting Transformers during that time, mainly because I really wasn't liking the show, and I really didn't fall in love with a lot of the toys, so I missed out on a lot of some really good ones. But, yep, I'm glad I ended up picking up the Troop Builder set at BotCon a couple years ago. So, yep. So he's got these weapons that fold out like this, rotate, you know, it's kind of neat. Definitely awesome for a vehicle form, like a Cybertronian, like, ship. So, you know, rotate here too. That's kind of a cool feature. But, overall, I think the color scheme really fits with the Sharkticons, like, from the original series, because, they were pinks and purples and grays, much like this, except they were much uglier. This is a little bit more realistic, in my opinion, as far as you know, classics goes. I don't so much mind these, because they really did try to make it look like a shark. But as far as the modifications go, I really like the color scheme. Apparently in Japan, for the United line, they have done an Axelon, which is a Autobot ship, I believe, from one of the continuities. I don't remember which one off the top of my head. But basically they turned that Cybertronian ship into a Transformer, and I think it's pretty cool that they used this mode because these are all the cannons, and, you know. I suppose if you really wanted it to look more like a ship and less like a shark, you could probably just play around with the position of the hands back here. It's leaves it open for some options. But in this mode, you can also pop these out, and you get some heavy-duty missile launchers that have a little bit of range of motion here. They kind of get blocked a little bit by the fins. But that's neat, you know, especially if you kind of pull them half out here. I think these might have been assembled backwards, because the way this is, but, you know, stuff like that happens. I had a Hasbro toy once that the entire chest plate was on backwards. I had to disassemble it and put it back together properly. But, yep, that's that. It looks really nice, you know, the Energon Decepticon logo actually looks really nice there. The only difference that I would have to change on this design was I would have matched it with the logo they put on Skybite here. Just because, you know, he is a Sharkticon, but I understand why they put a Decepticon logo on here and the other logo on this guy. just because, you know, this is the symbol he had in RID, Robots in Disguise TV show. Another TV show I really didn't care for. The toys were pretty good, though. I've since either broken or lost them. I had a handful of them. Like, I had Ultra Magnus. He was pretty awesome, actually. But I just ended up losing all his hand pieces, and sold them in the yard sale for a good 10-15 bucks. Not bad. Almost picked up another one. Yeah, last year. Oh, cool. So, this guy here has a different color scheme to match, you know, more. And I actually have the missiles in this one. I don't know why. They don't fire particularly well, because, I don't know how long the missiles are sitting in there. But, yep. The other missiles are put away in a box. I honestly don't know why the missiles are in this one. Same features as the other one. Color scheme different. The plate over the Decepticon logo here is actually colored silver. Not sure if that's paint or molded. Your guess is as good as mine, but that's pretty nifty, though. I like the colors. You know, I never really knew who Skybite really was, per se. So, I mean, this was my least thrilling figure in the BotCon set. Honestly. Right here. But, you know, since I kind of like him. I don't think I've transformed him since I got him, so once when I got him, but once or twice. But, yeah. So I'll show off the robot mode for this in a little bit. But for now, we'll use another one of the troop builders here for robot mode. So, yep, again, the color scheme, a lot of pinks, blues, and you can kind of see greens in here now. Like a couple different shades of green. Like, you got some here and here. The heads are pretty neat. I mean, really, what does the head of a Sharkticon actually look like? So, that's cool. He's got a waist swivel here. That gives him some added posability. The only complaint I have about the actual structure of the figure is that the feet are rubbery and are a little bit harder to stand because of it. It's not too horrible, though. Another thing is, I don't know if it's just this mode, but like when I go to move the arm, this comes up and then that comes down. But you know, that seems to be a common factor on all three of them. I don't know why. I don't know if anybody else is having that problem or if it's just me being crazy. But in addition to that, he's got the feature where these missile launchers can actually pop out again and rotate around his waist. So he can have these weird-looking hip missile launchers in robot mode. Or I suppose, that would be kind of cool, you know, flop them around here, you know. It's different, but it doesn't really work. Well, that's pretty much that guy. Not much to talk about, so I'll get into the articulation. He's got elbow joint here, goes all the way up, all the way back. Sometimes these fins get in the way, but you can kind of just rub them with your hands to get them warm and kind of like bend them out of the way if you wish. They're soft plastic, so they're a little bendable. Also helps if you want to get some different looks by the Sharkticons, kind of like bend the fins a little bit. It's not going to harm the figure in any way, shape, or form. So, that's kind of a cool feature. Same with these. I mean, I wouldn't play around with these too much because they are thicker. But, let's see. He's got the swivel here. You can swivel here. He's got this movement. He can look a little bit up and a little bit down, not too much. It is a ball and socket joint, but there's not much room. Head can turn. You know, it's kind of cool, you know, like, There's kind of like a gun-looking thing here. I guess it's supposed to be an engine, but it works. And then for legs, his backpack gets in the way of any backward swiveling, but you can kind of go around it. It doesn't look too horrible if you really want to put him in a running pose or something. But he does get in the way a little bit when you're doing this, so you kind of got to be careful that you don't force anything. Then his knee has really decent. His legs actually look really nice. It's just they get hidden by this back panel a lot. But his legs really do look nice. They actually remind me of Gundam legs for some reason. I think it's kind of the thinner calves here and thicker up here. It's just something you don't commonly see very often in the Transform world. Usually there's like car parts or something on them. So that's not bad. There's some swivel here. Backpack does kind of move, so if you really want to have them running, I suppose you can move it, but they look nice just kind of like standing there and on my shelf. So I'll go ahead and transform Skybite, and we'll show that off. So here he is in robot mode. He's got the same articulation, so I'm not going to bother with that. I will talk about the color scheme, but more importantly, he's got a new head sculpt on this one. He's got the same head motion, but it's completely different. He's got a face, new head design. Apparently in RID, he had this kind of like fin thing above his head, like I forget what they called it, but fin hawk or something, I don't know. Again, it wasn't one of my favorite shows. I couldn't get past the first few episodes. Just drove me insane, so. There's, it's just, all his rubber fins are yellow. They're a little bit more stiff on this guy, I noticed, than the other one. I think it's just due to the color of plastic and what they have to do to make it. But overall, his chest here is kind of like neat with the two colors going and the pink and the. It's really cool. I've looked up pictures of him from RID, and this is a very good classics representation of him. It works. It really does. Any fans of RID will be glad to know that he's appearing in one of the two ongoing IDW comics soon. I think it's either the next issue or the issue after it. He shows up. It's either More Than Meets the Eye or Robots in Disguise. It'd be kind of ironic if he was in Robots in Disguise, because that's the series he was from originally, so. It wouldn't surprise me if it was either one, though. I honestly get the titles mixed up because the titles have nothing to do with the story. More Than Meets the Eye has nothing to do with the story, and Robots in Disguise really has nothing to do with that story either. They're basically, their functionality now has shifted from being in disguise to just kind of being there and being able to travel. In fact, I think there's one issue that I didn't spot a single transformation in at all. So I thought that was nifty. Well, that's the review of Skybite and the Troop Builder Pack Sharkticons. If anybody's curious at all, the Sharkticons' names are actually Landshark, which was funny because the year before this came out, they had a Transformer in their box set called Landshark. He's used the landmine mold. There's Sea Shark and Air Shark. Yeah, they're pretty basic generic names, but it worked. Well, this is Transformers Fan and G138, and well, that's it. See ya.